I think they have a big issue with, and they haven't figured out since Cold War, is they don't give any incentive for you to really be playing up until the end of the game, like till the life cycle. I mean, you think about in Cold War, they had the whole system of the prestige keys. You could flex on pretty much everybody in the lobby, showing off your emblems, certain titles that you could only get at like level 600. But now, yeah, we're going to do it. We've maxed out, both of us, 1050 by the time you're watching this and going. We're going to hit 1250. And it's like, okay, well, what do you get for all that time? Welcome, everybody, to episode number 137 of the COD Casuals podcast. We're your host, Mike.
I'm Justin.
Justin, how's it going, bro?
Long day.
Bro, let's talk about it, Hobie.
Yeah. Let's talk about it a little bit.
But side note, too, man, another Monday of just piss poor rain.
Yeah.
I can't stand this, bro.
Yeah. It's supposed to rain all week.
Yeah. It's like the third week. It's like third Monday in a row. I think tomorrow for me is supposed to be a little sunny.
Yeah.
A little bit. It's just not pouring rain, not raining. Like, I'll take that.
I saw a stat about New England weather, or like at least Massachusetts.
Yeah.
We only had 3 weekends in the summer where it was sunny. The rest was rainy.
Which is ridiculous.
I was like, that's what it felt like, because the summer didn't even feel like it was summer.
Oh, no, it didn't. No, it was terrible.
But yeah, there were only 3 weekends where it was sunny, and I know I was gone for one of them.
Yeah. So they're not ideal in that aspect.
Yeah.
And then, we start out with a Monday. Bro, give us the run.
I just had a long day at work.
Yeah.
I had to stay after because someone set up a meeting with me at 5 o'clock, which is, if anyone works in the corporate world, which I'm assuming a lot of you do, that's like an unknown rule. You know, everyone knows you don't put a meeting at the last possible time unless it's dire.
It's called 9 to 5.
Yeah.
You're done at 5.
Yeah. And I have to stay after. So it sucked. And then afterwards, like, I had to get my actual work done too. So I have to just stay on later. And I'm going to have to sign back on and work a little bit more after this.
Yeah, dude. So I was just imagining you during this, like, tweaking, just so pissed off. Yeah. Because usually how it goes, you're like, all right, 5 o'clock, like, get out of work. We'll go link up and do it and be like, right now, like, as we're doing this, it's like almost 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Like, we'd be pretty much done.
Yeah.
Or like finishing up. But now we're just starting and it's like, bro.
Yeah. Well, see, the thing is, I usually work from home, right? But I have to go to the office. And this is where I'm like, see, if I get to work from home, this is like, it's going to get done. Yeah. Like, because I'll stay on like a little bit later. It's fine. But, you know, when you're working at the office, most people are like, all right, it's 5 o'clock. I need to get out because I have to commute back home. Right. But yeah, it was just annoying and I had to pay attention in the meeting too.
Yeah, you couldn't just like zone out.
Yeah.
No, I mean, that's where there's a good case for just working from home all the time, honestly.
Yeah.
You know, because did you get any extra work done by being there? No.
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
Like, you could still do your entire job just being at home.
Yeah, exactly. That's it was just really annoying.
Yeah.
And I get it. I'm very much like, you got to do what you got to do. But when I'm home, I do what I got to do. Yeah. And being in the office, like, it sucks when you have to do it. Yeah. Like in the office, because I'm like, well, if I pack up and drive back home and stuff, like, what are the odds that I'm gonna sign back on later? Right. I mean, like, I am, but you know, most people aren't gonna.
Yeah. No, it's tough. I mean, if you have to go and like work past that time, just anytime. Thankfully, like, that hasn't happened to you very much. I think it's been pretty rare that you have to do that stuff. But yeah,
the latest I stayed at the office was like 7:30.
Yeah,
I was by myself, dude. It was so depressing.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh my god, because I remember it was on a Wednesday too. Mm-hmm. Like, it was halfway through the week, and I'm like, shit. Like, and my manager too is very much, don't do that shit, because I got back. Well, at the end of the week, like, I put in my timesheet and stuff. Mm-hmm. And he was like, what did you do on Wednesday? I'm dude, I had to stay and do this. And he's like, don't ever do that again. Yeah. Because he was like, I don't care that you clocked in the time. He's like,
that makes him look, makes him look sketchy too.
But he's like, you need to go home.
Yeah,
you need to chill.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I had to get this done. He's like, I get it, I appreciate it. Yeah. But damn.
Yeah, I don't get it. Some people do stay quite late. I mean, I guess part of it. So like at school, I mean, people don't know, like, I work a job right after that. Mm-hmm. So when I get out of work, like, school for me, like, I'm done at 3:30. Like I finished everything, like obviously no more classes, like any things I had to do, like I help with buses at the end of the day, like I'm done. So by that time, like I'm out the door and then I just go to my next place. There's a lot of people though who stay there till like 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Every day.
They're probably like planning and stuff, I'm assuming. Right?
Yeah, they do that. And I remember one of the guys, I asked him, one of the teachers, I was like, why do you stay so late? And he was just like, well, I live far away.
Oh, traffic. Yeah. I know people that do that.
Yeah,
too.
he's like, I live far away. And he's like, by the time, like if I left right at that time, I would run into traffic. And he's like, and I just feel like when I'm at school, like I'm still in school mode.
Yeah.
So I don't want to leave, you know, which I get that. But then I'm like, damn, boy. I'm like, you're getting home at like, and then he said he lives about 45 minutes away. I'm like, dude, 6:45, you get home every day?
Yeah.
Like that's tough.
My coworkers that stayed with me, dude, my manager, he lives nearly 2 hours away.
Bruh.
And he was like, shout out, like, really good manager, obviously, 'cause he stayed with me. I've been like, yo, dude, I'm out the door, sorry.
Right.
He was like,
me too.
he was like, I just got to make sure, like, you know, this is all said. Like, I don't want to leave you in the dust. I'm like, I appreciate that. But yeah, that's like the annoying thing. Because everyone says, you know, it is a 9 to 5, but I always say, like, the good employees, and this isn't like bragging or like a good thing, because I'm very much, you need boundaries at work. You need like work and then like home. You need a work-life balance. And obviously, like you said, I haven't had to do this and you know, that many times. Yeah. I can count on both my hands how many times I've had to do it.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, the times that you have to do it, that separates, like, the good employees from, like, the bad employees. Yeah. Because, like, people recognize that. Oh, and it's not just because, like, of course I had to do it, but, you know, anyone will recognize, like, okay, this person's, like, willing to put in the work and sacrifice some time if they have to do it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've had a couple of days like that. The latest I've ever stayed at school, no lie, was like 9 o'clock, like 9 or 9:30. Yeah, which was ridiculous. I mean, granted, like I only live like 5 minutes from school.
That's the other thing for me too. Like my commute's pretty short. Mine's only like 25 minutes, 20 minutes if like I push it. Yeah. So like I don't feel that bad like staying later. Like that night I stayed till 7:30. Yeah. Because I'm like, I'll get back home within a half hour.
Yeah, it's not that. Yeah, exactly.
But other people, like most people, the average commute is like 45 minutes to an hour. Yeah. Like, dude, I'm leaving.
Like when I lived here and then I would finish work at 7:30. Yeah. And I'd have to now drive a whole hour back. Yeah. That's like, bro. Yeah. Like, I'm going to get home like, 8:30, close to 9 o'clock. Yeah. Like that wears down here. For like 9 o'clock, I'm like, yeah, it's late, but I'll be home in literally 5-10 minutes. Yeah. You know? So it's not the worst thing.
Yeah. Just staying late though, dude, that night I remember I was just there. I'm like, I got to get this done, but what am I doing? Because I was like, I can just go home and get it done. But if I go home though, I left work. Yeah, I'm in the all right. I should be relaxing now. Yeah, exactly. So I told myself, all right, I just got to stay and get it done. And literally, there was one point I just took my headphones out, just silence, just to get my work done as fast as I could, and like obviously like quality work too. Yeah. But man, it was eerie because it was just no one was there. It was dark outside. It was around like this time too. Yeah. Like the fall time. And then the people that came in afterwards are, you know, the janitors and stuff that come and like clean up everything at night. I'm like, okay, I'm here like too late. Because those people start coming in.
Yeah, that's when you know it's bad.
All right, I need to leave. Yeah. And I got to the parking garage. And I usually park on the second floor. No one. It was just my car.
Yeah. No, you know it's bad when the night crew is rolling and they're looking at you like, bro, you need to get out of here.
Yeah. I spooked one guy. He was like, what the heck?
Yeah. Oh, dude, I'd be scared too. I'd be like, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Yeah, just one person in this giant floor.
Yeah. But luckily, I don't have to do that too many times. Like, I give props to the people that, you know, like consultants or investment bankers that have to do that.
All the time.
I mean, like, they signed up for that, I always say, but... Yeah. I'm not working 80-hour weeks.
Yeah, dude. No, I get like, you know, like we'll shift in a second, but man, I think that's with like every job because people, they talk about the trade-offs and they're like, you know, like I'll say like my vice principal at my school, like the guy does well. Like he makes well over $100,000 a year, you know, which is like pretty average for someone in that. And people were like, dude, I want that money, like that job.
Yeah.
And me, I'm like, bro, you couldn't pay me to do that job. I would hate that job so much.
Yeah.
Because you like, you just deal with BS
Yeah.
24/7 all the time. Like everything that comes to you, problems all the time that everyone's expecting you to solve, and dealing with awful kids.
Yeah.
And just like tough parents and stuff. It's like, man.
There's always a trade-off with every job.
Every job. Yeah.
Like you, yeah.
Like when you get up into those high, like you're getting more money. It's like, yeah, more responsibility. You got to work worse hours. You got to do all this stuff. Like, depending on your lifestyle, is it worth it for you? Like, can you do that?
Yeah.
You know, like I say that now, I probably wouldn't want to be doing that when I'm older. Like, who knows?
Exactly.
You know,
that's the thing. Like, you really have to pick and choose. Like, I don't, you know, I know people that make like double the amount as me. But do I envy the work that they do? No, because I have other hobbies like doing this podcast, playing video games. Like, if I had those jobs,
they have to go away.
Yeah, like this stuff would have to go away.
Yeah.
And like I always say too, like, yeah, those jobs may pay you so much, but when do you have time to go and spend that?
That's
because
very
you're
true.
working so
That's
much.
true. Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, you can take time off. Every place will give you time off. But at those jobs, like morally, you feel like you can't because of the amount of work that you do.
Right.
Again, if you're a good employee.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing with him at school. It's like that. Like a lot of people rely on him. And granted, like he does take time off, of course, because like we all have to.
Yeah.
But I'm sure he feels that like to a heavy extent. Like just because he's not there, like doesn't mean that people aren't messaging him.
Yeah.
Being like, hey, can you do this? With all this stuff, people rely on him all the time. So even those days off, are not days off. It's like, yeah, he's just not there.
Yeah. That's why I'm a big proponent of if you can take 2 weeks off, because the first week you're still going to be thinking about work, but then the second week you're like, oh, I don't need to go back to work, and you just kind of forget about everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, like a week off is like, it's a good reset. But like when I went to Utah, not gonna lie, like I was getting messages on my phone and stuff.
Yeah.
And I came back, I'm like, oh shit, I have over 150 emails I gotta just like go through. And like, yeah, while I was there, I'm just thinking.
You get like that little pit of anxiety in your heart. You're just like, oh man.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't even want to think about that right now.
Yeah.
Like, leave me alone.
Exactly.
Jared on the fourth floor.
That's the thing.
Bro.
And then by the time like you're sort of getting settled in, your trip's almost over.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, God.
Yeah. Well, that's why they say that when you go to like Europe and stuff. They're always like, man, don't go there for like a week. Go there for like 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah, so you can really get into it,
Yeah, and then you can just forget about everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a trade-off of like wanting more.
So yeah, so
don't be greedy.
So I was gonna say, for the young listeners out there who haven't gone to college yet or like in college, think about that with your career.
Yeah,
think about the trade-off.
I saw, like, I'll end it here. A quote was it was like, you need to be comfortable and satisfied because everyone outside of America is satisfied with what they have, but everyone in America we want more and more and more because we have the opportunity to get more and more, which is not like, it's not a bad thing, but most people, I will say, are never satisfied. Yeah, which sucks. But like, I mean, like, I'm the same way though. I fall into that. Like, it's hard, like, not to be. Yeah, it's hard to be content with what you have. Yeah, and to look around and be like, you know what, like, say this is enough. Because people in our society, we view that as like, oh, you quit. Yeah, like you have no drive, no ambition. Yeah, it's like, man, motherfucker, I had drive and ambition to get to where I wanted to, and I got there. Yeah, yeah, and I won the game. That's what I wanted. Exactly. I think that definitely comes with, I mean, not even with age, but like some people with age, because I bet most people when they have a kid, it's like, oh wait, maybe work isn't like everything in the world. Could be. I actually want to spend time with my kid. Yeah, right. You want to see them grow up. That's one big moment. But yeah. But then other side is, damn, I have a kid. I have to go work even harder now. Yeah. And then I'm never going to see that kid. Yeah. But thankfully, we don't got to worry about that right now. Yeah. We've got a few years till we have to worry about that. And that is why, like, we always have times to, enjoy our hobbies.
Yeah.
Like Call of Duty.
I was gonna say, in the meantime, bro, we're over here before we got to worry about kids. We're just playing COD. We're grinding.
We're
COD.
worrying about the battle pass.
Yeah. So, I've got 2 levels left in the battle pass, and as of doing this right now, I told you I'm level 1049.
Yep.
So tonight after we record, I'll probably be on late, and then I'll just go and play a couple of games, hit the 1050, max it out, and then tomorrow is just one day where we get a break, right?
Yep.
Tomorrow's the one day where I'll go play more ranked, and then it's just right back
in season 6. Yeah. So when you guys are listening to this, happy season 6, the final season of MW2.
Yeah, the final fight is here. Is what they said.
And COD Next would have happened already. On September 30th.
Yeah.
So we're praying that when you're listening to us in the future, that COD Next was a success. MW3 looks fantastic. And ready for the beta.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you about that, like what some of your hopes are with it. But I think most of us, from what we've seen and what we've heard, it's overall just that it's executed properly.
Yeah,
I don't really know if there's much of things that I'm wishing for or hoping for, because we haven't really seen enough yet. We got the leaks as to what's going to be in the game, but now I just want to see it in action.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's what the beta will do. And I'm not going to take the beta as, a lot of people do. They take the beta as this is what the game's going to be when it's out, which is not true. Mm-hmm. I would say, the majority of it is, but the whole point of the beta is for players to play it, criticize it, and then they go back and fix it.
And then it's up to the developers too, though, I would say, to take that feedback and actually do something with it. Because that's a problem that some of these developers have, is they open these betas and they almost feel worthless.
Yeah.
Where I would say Call of Duty, it's kind of a mix. Depends. Sometimes if they're big fixes, the chances of them doing it are pretty slim.
Yeah.
Like this gear system, this thing could suck. Yeah. They will keep this in the game.
Yeah, because that's not in their terms, it's not broken. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, and that's
even
not
if
that's an overnight fix.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're going to have to rock with that for a long time. They'll make small tweaks to it and stuff, maybe change or add a couple of things, but we're always going to have that,
Yeah. Through my professional work, I've learned a lot of business acumen, where stuff like this, if we say it sucks, well, that doesn't mean it's broken. So why would they go and fix it?
Right.
It works.
Right.
So in their heads, again, they can go and change it if they want, but the lift of a lot of, again, I'm not making excuses either, but I'm just saying that's usually how it works. It's the gear system, it's throughout the whole game. If we say it sucks and, provide no feedback how to fix it or whatever, they're probably not going to change it because nothing's wrong with it. It's working as intended on their end. But if we give them a reason why it sucks and how to as we say it, enhance it, then they'll decide how much of a lift that is.
Right. Well, and it's also too I think some of the people that play these betas and wherever they're getting this more in-depth feedback from, especially on social media, people just give terrible feedback, which translates to no feedback at all.
Yeah.
They just say yo, this sucks, and they're why? Because it's awful.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah, there are
explain. You know what I mean? It sucks because it's bad. Don't you get it? It's dude.
Yeah,
fill us in.
I like the content creators that actually. I'm sure it's going to happen after COD Next. They're going to tweet out a bullet point list of, all right, this is where we can improve in everything.
Yeah,
and that's actual feedback, because the devs can take that and actually go and work with it instead of, yo, this sucks. You need to fix it. Well, in their heads, it's working. It's I don't care if it sucks. It's working.
Right. Yeah, I think that's always been a problem with some of the people in the community, is with these betas and alphas when they have them. Some of the feedback that they get is just especially from what you see online from people, the vast majority of these people just who got fast thumbs when they go and tweet stuff out.
Yeah.
Are they really taking a lot of that into consideration? Honestly, I do not know. I don't think they're scrolling through every single person on there, but I do think they take big ideas that people are talking about, and then some people can articulate it and other people just cannot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then sometimes you'll get things that maybe they want to change, and certain people look at them and they don't even know what they want from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
They'll just say something's awful or like this needs to be changed. It's like, well, what do you want to change it to?
Yeah, exactly. That's not good feedback. Like
Yeah.
they can't work off of that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna hope that COD Next is a success, which I think it will.
Yeah.
And yeah, like stuff that I want from it is like we all know I want them to spawn in. Red dots immediately happen. You start shooting, you appear on the map. The gear system, I'm sure will be fine. Like I don't think it's enough time to like test it at COD Next and like the beta, but again, I think we're probably gonna play it, kind of forget about it, like we did with like MW2.
Yep.
But I want to see the pace of the game on like the MW2 maps too. Like if we're just flying around, like it just looks faster, I'm already happy.
Yeah. That's all I care about, really. Like, I don't like the perk system or the gear system, I should say. I'm hoping it's average. You know? Like, I don't expect greatness from it. I just hope that it doesn't suck, and I hope it's something, like you said, we'll just be like, oh, it's cool, and then kind of forget about it. I hope later on it shows to be really cool, like we've talked about in previous episodes, regarding the cosmetic aspect of it. I hope they actually tap into that and do that, because that's where I think it'll be more fun.
Yeah.
You know, to play around with that stuff.
Yeah.
Just from a cosmetic side, not from like an actual performance side.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, this gear is just like perk 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Right.
Like that. That's all it is.
Yeah. Just renaming it.
Yeah, exactly. So if it all just works fine, like I'm happy.
But yeah, exactly.
Because we're not going to change perks most of the time. But I will say, I do like when perks are really balanced, because in the past, like other CODs, I would switch classes on, different scenarios.
Yeah.
Because it would actually benefit me.
Yeah.
Like in search or whatever, or, jumping on a hard point, I can use like flak jacket or tack mask.
Yeah.
Like I have to choose because one will benefit me, but then I have to give up something else.
Right. And from what we've seen, it looks like that's going to be the thing. Like you're going to have to do that. There's going to be sacrifice that have to be made. And it doesn't seem like it's going to be like you can do that like you can in every game, but it seems like you're really going to be able to play around with the perk system to actually make like a tailor-made class for every game mode or certain style that you want to play.
Yeah.
But like you said, all that stuff aside, I really just care about the maps and the movement. That's really all I care about. I hope from that clip that we saw, like where the guys seem to be moving pretty quick, I wonder if that's the standard movement or if he has like, light boots on or whatever the hell they're going to call it. Like, he's got a light build where he's flying around. So I really care about seeing the movement. And then like we talked about in our last episode, I'm curious about the maps regarding the doors.
Yeah.
I'm curious about that. I wonder if they did a lot to it, if they fuck with it a lot, or they kept it like pretty. Because I've seen them when they talked about it, they wanted to keep it very faithful and original, as much as they possibly could. So I'm like, does that include adding doors? I'm like, because that's not truly faithful.
Well, there's definitely doors on the MW2 maps because we've already seen like screenshots and stuff of.
But how much?
Well, yeah, that's a thing.
Did they go overboard with the doors?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, look, we talked about it in like an episode or a couple episodes ago. The MW2 maps, there aren't many maps where you can actually add a bunch of doors. So, honestly, I think it'll be fine, and I think that most of us are just going to forget about it. Just how the maps are laid out. But, we'll see. I'm excited because, it's going to happen this week, Saturday.
Yeah. So it's right around the corner.
And then beta.
Yeah. And then in the meantime, we're just going to be finishing up MW2.
Yeah, fully.
Yeah. Because we've got in season 6 now, it goes to 1250, which was announced. And then there's, okay, we got to take a minute here. Did you see the new prestige emblems?
Yeah, I did.
How awful are they?
I was like, so this is
1250.
This is what we get.
Dude.
Do you see the skin? So we've been asking for a special skin.
Don't even start me
max level. And I'm like, is this a default skin?
Bro, they put no effort into this.
It looks like a default skin.
It looks it's not like it looks awful. It just looks so like you get that at level 1.
Yeah.
You know?
It looks like you start off with
So
that.
yeah, I guess then it is fucking awful.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I was trying to look at it. It's like, bro, wait, what? That's what you get for 1250? Like, nothing cool at all.
Yeah.
Shame on them.
Yeah.
It's pathetic.
We need like all gold or all like, you know, I don't silver or
Dude,
something like that.
Yeah. I mean, think about what was that that free outfit that they put out in Cold War. Do you remember with the skull, that guy with the blue flame? Like, dude, that would have been a better skin to have at 1250.
Yeah.
Like, and that was a free one in Cold War.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what we get rewarded for hitting 1250.
Like, dude, I was hoping that we'd have like, you know, like the top 250 skin or like the top 250 emblem when you're in ranked.
Yeah.
I was hoping like this is what I was thinking. Like that would be like him, like your character. He'd have like, you know, the skull like kind of like crooked with a mask on or something with a crown.
Yeah.
Like something like royalty kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like that would have been sick.
Yeah.
You know, like purple and gold outfit with like, you know, a like red robe on, you know, or like a cape.
Mm-hmm.
Like that would have been pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know, like you've mastered this game. Congratulations, well deserved. This they're just like, oh yeah, here's some gray skin that you get.
Yeah.
You know?
They definitely did not reward us for hitting max level when you get there.
Yeah.
And like the calling card too, like we don't even get like any cool stuff for that. It's just all right, we hit it.
Yeah. No, you get nothing.
Yeah.
Like I just
And again, like calling card I don't really care for, but it'd be nice to get something really cool that other people can't unless you hit that max level.
Yeah, I think it was just it looks so low effort. I mean, it's obvious that, which we'll talk about, the roadmap. I mean, it really looks like they've just given up, like big time.
I don't think they've given up. I think they just ran out of just ran out. They're like, oh
yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they stretched it out to 6 seasons,
Yeah.
and it's slim, you know. So
Yeah. Because I think it was season
Save
3 that was loaded.
Yeah,
So I'm pretty sure it was season 3 that had so much stuff.
yeah,
And yeah, that was annoying seeing that skin. I'm like, all right, this is what we get for putting in, you know, hours and hours into this game. But they're announcing like new bundles and skins that you can buy, which by the way, they look insane.
Yeah, bro.
They look awesome.
that's the cherry on top for me. That's like the real kick in the nuts.
Yeah.
Like, dude, these bundles that they made, again, we'll give them their props where they deserve it. Like, they have this whole thing for the haunting that's coming up too. And just overall, like within the season, some of them that they're adding, they look sick. Like, and then the in-season that you get from the season pass, I think at tier 100, that skin, I think that's a pretty cool looking one too. So what happened with us?
I know, yeah.
Like, bro.
What about the people that just grind and not...
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to reward them because they don't want to spend money.
Like, it's not like they got a bad design team or anything. Like, these guys are good. Like, they know how to design this stuff. But they just, they put in no effort or didn't really think about it much. They're like, oh, yeah, whatever. Like, oh, yeah, you hit max level, you get this.
Yeah.
That's how I saw it as. They're like, oh, yeah, you got that, cool. You know?
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, what?
Yeah.
You know?
Like, the amount of time
I
that...
signed my life away to this game.
The amount of time that you have to put to hit that it's a lot.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, at the end of the day, hitting max level isn't hard, but it's time consuming. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Most people, like, you know, they always say, oh, we don't have time. Like, why would I waste my time to play, like, this game? And, like, this is, like, a perfect example of why people don't want to, like, grind it out and stuff. But, like, you and I, we are huge COD fans.
Right.
They should be rewarding players like us that, you know, we're going through it all year.
Well, and I will say, too, like, this is something that I think they have a big issue with, and they haven't figured out since Cold War, is they don't give any incentive for you to really be playing up until the end of the game, like till the life cycle. You know, I mean, you think about in Cold War, they had the whole system of the prestige keys, which was a fantastic idea. You could flex on pretty much everybody in the lobby, showing off your emblems, certain titles that you could only get at like level 600. You know, really cool stuff. But now, I mean, yeah, we're gonna do it. We've maxed out, both of us, 1050 by the time we're watching this and going. We're gonna hit 1250, and it's like, okay, well, what do you get for all that time? You really don't get anything.
Yeah.
You know, it's just kind of like a pat on the back with, like, yeah, I guess it's a rare skin, but it's so dull and so boring that no one would ever care about it. It's like no one would even know that you're flexing this thing.
Yeah.
You know?
And
I want to flex, bro.
Yeah, we all do. And like you mentioned Cold War, that was a great idea, but they gave us calling cards.
Yeah.
Like we need something cool, like a really, really cool skin, like really cool camo that we can apply to all of our weapons. Like I'll give it to Treyarch. They thought of the people that, leveled up and played a ton to get those prestige keys. But like, why are we just getting small little things for putting so much time? Yeah, because those are the people that should be getting like the coolest skin.
Right. Because in that game, what'd you get? You got titles, and then you got you could change your prestige icon, right? Isn't that what you could do in Cold War? You could put it on as like throwback emblems.
Yeah.
Which I guess is a cool idea.
Yeah, you have to use a prestige key to.
Yeah. Which is a cool idea because it's like, again, you can kind of flex on people, like, showing them like, emblems that you had to go play a lot in order to get. But to your point, even then you could still do a lot more in the skins department. Yeah. And I mean, dude, now
that's what people see first. Like, and like,
especially now.
Yeah, because the calling card and emblem, that stuff is cool, but I would say like it's way cooler back in the day because when you load into a lobby, you can see it. Now you load into a lobby, you can't see anything unless you choose to hover over like everyone's name.
Why did we ever get rid of that? By the way,
I don't know.
I always really liked that when you would load into a game, like everyone knows what we're talking about. Like you would load in, you'd look over to the right, and you'd click right on the D-pad, and then you're scanning through people. I remember this was the sickest thing. I remember in MW3. Do you remember on your calling card there? Like, and you would see it when you would load in from the games. You would see the past 4 CODs.
Oh,
they put their prestiges.
Yeah. That was later on.
Yeah, that's how you knew people were legit
vetted.
as fuck.
Yeah.
You're like you see a guy, he's like second prestige, and you're like, yeah, whatever. But you see 10th in COD 4, 10th in World War, 10th in MW2, 15 Black Ops. You're like, oh man,
yeah,
that was so cool. It's just another way to to show people what you got.
Yeah,
but you can't do that anymore.
No, you can't. And now, like to your point, like we load into the lobby and we see. I'll see another person that's 1050. I'm like, oh man, they put in their time, which everyone has to put in their time to do that. So in my head, I automatically think, oh, they're pretty good. But then you go up against people that are just straight chums, and it's because, like I said, you just need to put in time.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you're good. You could just grind it out and just level up slowly.
Yeah, I mean, we had this as a short that we put out today about, like, does time equal skill? And, like, that's what I had the question as, and I think no. Time definitely doesn't equal skill.
Now the level doesn't mean anything. Meanwhile, we're like grinding for it, obviously. Right. But you would think that if you're max level, you're a really good player because you put in so much time into the game. Obviously, there's gonna be people like better than you and stuff, but you'd imagine just loading into a pub, you're gonna get someone pretty good if they're max level. Yeah. Which is not the case.
No, I mean I've had it before where like I've gotten beaten by people who are like level 160. Like that happens. Like there's people who are just maybe in that moment they're really really good. And we played those guys in rank too. Like those guys may be lower, but that day, that map, they were better than us. But when we play in pubs and you see guys who are 1050, it's like seeing someone who's in like, Crim 2, Crim 3. You're like, there's no way you should be bad. Yeah. There's no way that you got that far and you're bad at this. And then sometimes you'll smoke them and you're like, bro, what?
Oh, yeah.
Like, how are you level 1050, and this bad?
Yeah. And then now too, like I look at people like, which is crazy that I'm saying this, but I look at people in the 500, 600, 700s like, oh, you guys are easy.
Yeah.
Like you're so low leveled.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy shit, I'm over 1,000.
I think that now all the time too. Like when I was playing yesterday, I see these guys and they're level like 600.
Yeah.
I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, dude, it's just kind of sad. I'm like, bro, I'm literally 400 levels more than you.
Yeah.
Like it's weird.
I went back and like I was just watching clips on my PS5 like that I recorded and stuff. And like I was looking back at my first nuke in this game. Dude, I was level 200.
Yeah, right.
I was like, what the heck? 800 plus levels later.
Early on in the grind.
Yeah. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like we've been playing that much.
Yeah, I mean, I think I just hit it 600 hours or like just around there, I'm pretty sure. Which means nuts.
Yeah.
It's just nuts to think that I played that one game that many hours.
And for people that, this just shows if you work a regular job, you can do it. You can do it.
But yeah, man, it's quite disheartening to see that for all our hard work and labor and dedication to the cause, they give us some gray dog shit skin. The title and emblem, I didn't even look at it. I don't even care to look at it if it's there. I'm sure it's terrible. I mean, yeah. Honestly, that's a huge, huge L by them. I think it's a discredit to a lot of the people like us who put in the time. And yeah, you get no reward for it.
We should have gotten the OG like MW2 like nuke.
Yeah,
or not even. Or the spinning
emblem. Yeah, bro.
That would be sick.
Yeah, that would be so cool.
Or like the loading screen, the MW2 like loading screen as a calling card, and it's like animated.
That's easy.
Yeah,
like they could have done so many things like that to make life better for us, and just because again, when we delete this game off the PlayStation, I'll be like, okay, that account like. The way I see it, I'm like, that's a master account right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's exactly. I'm like, I'm gonna put on the
checklist. Exactly. It goes to the graveyard.
Yeah, exactly. Like I will when I end that game, I'm gonna put that 1250 skin on. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, that's the way to show it. Like even though it looks terrible, I'm like, that's the mastery skin. I've done it, completed the game pretty much to what I care about. But they could have made it so much more cooler.
Yeah, way more cooler. Like. Infinity Ward's just lucky that we like this game a lot more than because Vanguard we got nothing, and we had to go through that whole game, and we hit max level to get nothing. So Infinity Ward is just lucky that we do enjoy this game.
Yeah, I will say that is one thing I guess compared to Vanguard where they literally gave you zilch.
Yeah.
They're giving you something here, but man,
this game was a lot easier to just jump on and play, like for us.
Oh yeah, we've said that 1,000 times. Yeah, that 100%. So yeah, no doubt about it. But yeah, I mean, with that, so we've got the extra 200 levels that we're gonna have to be grinding, hoping that the double XP is gonna be coming our way.
Yeah,
because I mean, man, we got some tokens and just we got time.
Yeah,
but
we do have time.
I know you and I. Yeah, you and I are just like we want to be done with this game.
Yeah, like everyone else that's done with COD or that have rolled off COD already, like all the content creators and stuff, it's nice for them because they do a lot of ranked or Warzone or whatever.
Yeah.
We have to hit this goal for us too. And then, like you said, we check the box. Now we can make our full review of this game.
Yeah.
We know this game inside and out.
Yeah.
How it plays, everything about it.
Yeah. Side note too, something that I didn't get to mention before we get into some of the stuff for the season 6. Was the Warzone map that went and died? It's gone now officially.
Verdansk.
Yeah, Verdansk.
Yeah. OG Verdansk. The servers are gone.
Yeah, it's officially done.
Yeah.
That's a sad thing, man.
Yeah. And dude, I was looking at it. The Warzone launched March 10th, 2020, which was the day that the world shut down.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
I mean, dude,
I remember that day because it was a Friday.
Yeah.
I was getting ready to go on my spring break trip for college, and then everyone's like, oh, no, we got to cancel everything. The world shut down.
Yeah. I mean...
And Verdansk dropped.
Well, I was just going to say, I mean, there's no way you can argue it. Is that the realm of BRs, and particularly in Warzone, I think a huge part of its success was the timing as to when it came out.
Yeah.
Everybody's stuck inside, and it's oh, here's a game that you can literally play with all your friends and just grind it out, and it's Call of Duty. It's accessible, it's fun. Yeah.
It's free.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and extended free. It was the perfect timing. It's a shame that they kind of fumbled the bag.
They fumbled it bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say horrendously.
Yeah.
And now seeing the early stage of that game now being shut down and just lost in the graveyard, it's very sad.
Yeah, and the good news though is that Verdansk might be returning in the next Warzone, which is
better.
Yeah. And, that's good. Again, like you and I, we don't play Warzone all that much, like at all. So
Like ever.
I remember like our first Warzone win together. Like it was on Verdansk.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and it's crazy. Warzone 1 had MW19. It had Cold War. It had, did it have Vanguard?
I believe
Yeah,
so.
Vanguard.
Yep.
Yeah, and then it died.
Yeah, that's when they finally
Warzone
called
2
it.
came. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's sad to see it go. I mean, man, I hope with MW3 that like whatever iteration that they end up spawning of Warzone 2 ends up being decent.
Yeah.
Because man, I mean, definitely bring it back for Verdansk. I think they need to, or they should. Again, we're like total outsiders in the Warzone realm, but from the amount of people that we see, content creators who don't play Warzone anymore because they talk about how bad it is, I think they should try to cash in on something that they already did. I mean, damn, look at MW3. Like, that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're cashing in on the old maps, and it's going to work.
Yeah, it's going to work.
They bring back Verdansk, it's going to work.
Yeah. Especially with the speed of this game, too.
Yeah.
Like, if it's actually fast, yeah. Like, I enjoyed playing Warzone, like the first one. Like, this Warzone 2, like, we played like maybe 5 games, if that, or something like that.
Yeah.
Like at least for multiplayer, we have a reason to grind and get to certain levels or whatever you guys want to call it. But Warzone's just like in my head, it's just a party game for like you and I.
Yeah.
We hop in with friends, chill out, and play. Which most people, I bet, would argue that no, Warzone is a competitive piece, and then pubs is just go in, you lose, whatever. But like we're going into pubs like trying to win.
Yeah, see, I don't think the Warzone like can ever, or like some of these BRs can ever work competitively.
Yeah.
Because of the aspect of RNG.
Yeah.
I just don't think they'll ever work like they do, like other competitive games do.
Yeah.
That's always going to be its downfall, is the fact that there is RNG, and that's always going to be a factor as to the outcome of every game.
Yeah, and that's like a big reason why I like get annoyed about it.
Yeah.
Because it is so random, but like, yes, there's like skill involved because we don't want the Warzone people coming after us because it can't work competitively. It just, the RNG factor, like, will always be there. Like, everyone knows it. It's just a matter of getting everyone to forget about it.
Right.
Because, yeah, like, the World Series of Warzones, like, just happened. And the guy that won it, what? It was like $1 million or something like that. It was huge. Or no, 100K.
What was the guy's name? Was it Scummin? Was that who it was? Or another?
No.
Can't remember who it was.
I can't remember who won. Again,
Sorry.
See, we don't watch.
Yeah.
Because
doesn't really catch my fancy.
Yeah, because in my head, now if you get CDL players to play, they're gonna win.
Yeah.
Sorry, like they're just CDL players shoot way straighter.
Yeah.
Than Warzone pros. That is our take, and we'll end it there. But yeah, hopefully, Warzone actually gets like a big update once MW3 rolls out. But yeah. And too, like we have to mention too the zombies because we got more stuff.
Oh yeah. The zombies trailer. We didn't get to talk about it at all, did we? Last time when it came out, the whole cinematic trailer that they put out.
And Treyarch is working on it.
Yeah.
And Treyarch, if you haven't watched the cinematic video, like go and check it out because it looks awesome. Treyarch somehow is weaving together the Cold War story to the MW story, and I have full faith that they're going to do it right, because just based on what we saw in that trailer, it looked awesome.
It did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of Easter eggs in there, which, of course, I didn't catch when I first watched it, and then went on YouTube and seeing it. Yeah, it's very strange. I mean, this is gonna be the first time where they are weaving both sides together. Do I have any idea how they're gonna do that? Not a clue.
Yeah.
Is time travel gonna be involved in there? Gotta be.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to it. I mean, it always impresses me. It makes me happy too, knowing that been playing so much COD well over a decade, and I still get excited when I see certain videos like that. Like I'm watching that trailer and I'm like getting wrapped up into the story. Very fanboyish of me. I don't give a fuck. I think it's cool. And it gets me excited for it. So I hope that it is executed properly.
Yeah.
And again, like I'm going to reiterate what you said. I got full faith in the boys over at Treyarch to pull this off. If it was any other developer, I'd be shaken.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't really have a lot of faith in it, but they don't really let us down on a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
So hopefully that doesn't become a soundbite later.
Yeah, you have to get Treyarch involved somehow to make it work. And, it's just really cool how they're doing it. And especially, too, like, it's going to be open world.
Yeah.
That's going to be super interesting. Because, like, again, I know I mentioned it last episode. It looks like a horror game. I want the Easter eggs to be, like, insane.
Yeah.
It's open world. I want to travel, like, 2,000 meters to the other side, and I have to get through, like, a horde of zombies somehow.
Yeah. Yeah, I would want that, too. I mean, like, from that trailer, if people haven't seen it, like, it's sketchy.
Yeah.
Like they did a really good job of just creating that atmosphere, and I hope they stick with that. I was thinking about it first. I was like, bro, if this is going to be something like middle of the day, like Walking Dead, zombie apocalypse, I'm going to be so bummed.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I'm not playing for that, I'm playing for like that OG, like sketchy, like Der Eisendrag, like Nacht der Untoten, like nighttime, creepy vibes. Like that's what I want from zombies.
Yeah. I hope it just changes. Like, you load in, like, it goes throughout the day.
Yeah.
When it gets dark, you have to, you have to re-strategize.
Yeah, yeah. No, I would hope for something like that too. But, I don't want to see no sunlight though. I still want it to be misty.
Yeah.
I gotta have the mood right.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, if it's just like that, like, that's a map the whole time. Like, it's just, late evening.
Yeah,
that's
24/7.
Yeah.
Just never changes.
Yeah.
Now they do a good job though with like, I mean, they've done that, of course, with zombies, and then even just with the scary stuff, like, because since it's coming up in season 6, they're doing the haunting.
Yeah.
That's coming back. They did this last year, or they've done this for a few years. I think they did, right? Remember, did this in Cold War?
Yeah, they definitely did it in Cold War.
Yeah, I can't remember no from Vanguard. I don't think they did anything with regards to the multiplayer, like adding skins in and stuff. Maybe they did it on the Warzone side, but I remember that was such a fun time watching people play Warzone during this haunting because it was so scary.
Yeah,
like all the cool events that they had going on. So that's a big thing, I guess, that's coming back regarding the season 6 update. So again, they can create the atmosphere.
Yeah,
so they'll be good on that aspect.
Yeah, and the season 6 pass that's it's gonna be out by the time you guys listen. Yeah, they, like we said, they're dropping a bunch of new skins that are way cooler than a 1250 skin.
Yeah, and they're $20.
Yeah.
So not going to be buying them. So we're stuck with our homeboy, this operator named Nolan.
Yeah.
Who looks like an absolute chump.
I know,
This guy looks like a dork.
Yeah.
Sorry, Nolan.
I'm going to keep my Boston Breach skin on.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just going to be rocking that. Like, really, like, honestly, just, like... The only things that they got in here, like our multiplayer maps, I'm looking forward to. They got this map Freefall, which it looks like it's at night in the middle of the city. It's kind of giving me the vibes of what's that map from Modern Warfare? That terrible map, like in France. What's the name of it? Do you remember?
Piccadilly.
Yeah, bro.
Piccadilly.
Dude, it gives me Piccadilly vibes. Just looking at like the screenshot. I think
the way that is viewed.
Yeah, they did. I think they put out a full video of it.
Yeah.
But I got to go watch that to get the scope of it. And then Cell Block, that's from, I guess, the, what is it? That not the multiplayer mission, the single player mission. Do you remember that? Where you have to go and break one of those guys out of jail? Like with a boy or girl. I can't remember what it was. And you're like in the streets and then you go and like blast the wall or something like that. So I guess that's where that map's coming from. Don't really care. I'm like...
The season pass is small. Guys, like,
yeah, bro, it's
go on Twitter, look at it. It's usually in the season pass, like you guys will see in the thumbnail, it's like Warzone, like 4 things, and then like co-op, and then multiplayer, like 4 or 5 things, and then a bunch of like weapons and operators and stuff. This is like 3 things. Yeah,
they've got two multiplayer maps, 2 gunfight maps, and then a camo event, hot rod. Whatever. And then weapons, they've got an LMG, which no one's excited for. The ISO 9 looks like some submachine gun.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is. Qual Commas. These like, blades of death. And then it says, and more.
Yeah. Dude.
So whatever.
The new weapons that they add, like, I like the new weapons, but it's just, dude, they're giving us the ISO 9. We have the ISO 45. We have an ISO something else, too.
Bro,
can we
get something else?
Like, this is just a variant of the other ISO.
I mean, man,
and that's like all the weapons in the game.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's hella lazy. You know,
Yeah,
like
it really seems like there shouldn't have been a season 6. Like it really seemed like
I agree.
Like they could have spread this out into like the first 5 seasons.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, this season 6, from
It's
what
so
they've added,
small.
it's very, very small. And they just say like things like for Warzone people, new QOL changes. Like, okay, bro, like, can you elaborate on how our quality of life is changing?
Yeah.
Here? Like, what are you doing? You know, the maps seem like whatever. I don't know. I've seen from another screenshot or thumbnail that they're gonna add in Strike. Or some guy was it Strike or what's the map? Crash. I don't know if that's true. If they're gonna add another remastered map like through season 6 Reloaded, if they're having one of those.
I'd imagine they always have a Reloaded. So.
Yeah. So I mean, we haven't heard anything about that. I've heard that they may do Crash.
Well, they did say and more. So
yeah. So
they've done a Reloaded. So we got probably like 2 weeks or something. 2 weeks reloaded. Bam.
Yeah. So
and then we got MW3.
Yeah. So who knows what they have in the back pocket?
Yeah.
Of the season 6 Reloaded, but yeah, guys, it's a pretty slim.
Yeah.
It's a pretty slim update. I mean, we're looking forward to it. I guess like these maps. One thing I hope is that we actually get to play them. I hope they end up in the rotation.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, like the ones, they have, but the ones that we've gotten like a decent amount in like our rotation.
Yeah,
and we got DRC. What's the other one? Cana or something.
Punta Mar.
Yeah, is it something like that?
Punta Mar. Yeah.
And then we got like Hatchery. We got a couple other ones.
The District.
Oh yeah, District. Yeah, something. District 19.
Well, no, it's like Alberanian whatever.
Hatchery.
No, there's that one. Alberanian Hatchery nonsense. Then there's the Kunenstar District. I think is what it's called. Yeah. That's the one with like the like statue fountain kind of thing in the middle with the huge stairs. That map's good.
Yeah.
I mean, man, they're all good. Like they're all pretty solid.
They're all like decent. Yeah. Again, see, this is
let's calm down. Calm down.
People are arguing with us on our last TikTok. Go check it out, by the way, if you haven't, because either you'll agree or you'll get mad. But everybody's like, these maps suck, and we're like, they're decent from what we've gotten. Like we're talking about in the game, guys. Like the fact that we don't remember the names of these maps is one. They've made the map they've named them.
Yeah, the names suck.
So complicated. They suck, right? And two, if we can't remember the name, it's not that good of a map overall. Yeah. So
that's a whole other thing, man. I mean, we'll talk about it in our review, but bro, I don't understand that. Like, who the hell is naming these maps?
Yeah, they should just be one word.
Like, bro, look at all the maps they're adding into like from MW2, right? They've got Quarry, High Rise, Scrapyard, Derail, Underpass, like Skid Row. Just like, 2 syllables, 1 syllable, just basic Rust.
Yeah.
Not Kunenstar District. It's like, dude, why don't you just call it District?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like that DRC zone, what is it, Zone 2 or something like that?
Yeah.
Like, why just call it DRC?
Yeah.
That's like such a better name in my opinion.
Yeah.
Fortress, but it's like some other like it's Albagra Fortress.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, I don't know. And they like people we were getting flamed for saying like DRC was a decent map.
Oh, shut up, man.
I'm like, man,
play the game, bro. Play the game.
Dude, that map is decent within this game.
Yeah.
Compared to other games, it's trash.
Yeah. Like, no, exactly.
And everyone would say that.
Yeah. I mean, again, if you play the game enough and you know the maps enough, like that map, in my opinion, is a solid map. I think most of the DLC maps now they've added are actually like they're not terrible in the context of this game.
Exactly. In this game.
Yeah. Like they're all like there's 6 or 7s in this game. In the grand scheme of all CODs, we're talking like 2.5s.
Yeah.
Like they're not like standout maps. I will forget about these even next year when I've played all these maps already.
Yeah.
We're
gonna forget about it when MW3 starts and we're playing MW2 maps again.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, they're going to be out of our mind because, I mean, I can't even remember like some good Cold War ones.
Yeah. No, I mean, dude, I told you that when we talked about it last time. Like, I still forget. Like, Moscow was one that I remember is a really good one.
Yeah.
Like, what was the one that we hated on the ship? What was the name of that map? Right? We hated that map, but I don't remember it.
See, it doesn't matter.
No, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that, though. I don't know if that's just because we've got, like, too many too many things in our brains and we can't remember the name of these maps, but I feel like a lot of the maps just in recent years, like they've all gone downhill.
Yeah, they're just not rememberable. Like they're all so forgettable.
Yeah, is that because we just peaked in COD, like having the best time of COD with the best maps, and we're just fortunate enough to be at that time in life, or are like maps now they just suck?
I mean, I think we know the maps just suck.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, these maps suck.
Yeah, I hate to admit that because I'm always like, man, there's got to be people out there that are like really talented, and still really good map designers.
Yeah. They are. No, like the maps themselves, they look great.
Oh, no, yeah,
they
look
just
great.
they don't flow with the game.
Yeah.
And that's, I don't know how you test that, but
Yeah, I don't know how you do that
it's
either.
like, we'll see. Like I don't know. Like my favorite map in this game, not including DLC, is probably Hotel. And that map isn't like, that's not an amazing map. Like I'd much rather play Moscow than Hotel.
Yeah. And like for me, I would say like regarding actually other than Control, we don't play it anymore. I would say like for me, it's probably Fortress.
Yeah, Fortress is a good one too.
That's a map that I enjoy. That map, Again, like don't fucking come at me. Like Fortress Control is a joke.
Yeah, it is a joke.
It's awful.
It's fun when you're doing the joking.
Right.
I do
when
like it.
Yeah.
When I get it in Control, I'm like, I like it.
Yeah, like exactly. When it was in ranked, it was fun. When you were getting clowned on in ranked, it was like you'd break your controller in half.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, all these maps though, like they're just mid to below mid for the game.
Yeah, it's,
suck overall.
Yeah, exactly. It is what it is. MW3 is already starting off on a good note because it got good maps.
Yeah.
Immediately, we know that we get good maps now.
Yeah, so we're gonna have our eyes towards that. I mean, definitely next episode we're gonna be talking about the COD Next event.
Oh yeah, COD Next and
big time.
We're not playing the beta yet.
Yeah.
By that time, but yeah, COD Next event.
It's gonna be a big episode. I'm excited for it. It's gonna be a good reveal.
First multiplayer reveal.
Get to see what it's all about.
Yeah, and shout out all the content creators there.
Yeah,
that's gonna be sick.
We'll be there one day, bro.
One day,
100%. We'll be there. We'll be trying out the new CODs, but
yeah.
But otherwise,
dropping nukes on
is it Scrapyard?
Yeah, on Scrapyard.
I can't wait for Scrapyard.
Yeah,
I love that.
I wonder how the movement's gonna work on a lot of these maps.
Yeah, I know. I'm wondering about that too. Like you said, that's
gonna be fun regardless.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be fun regardless. But I'm hoping that when I load in, I still get that feeling of like I know the map and I can still do what I want.
Yeah.
Like I don't feel hindered at all.
Yeah. I wonder if they're gonna keep the broken the glitches and stuff, like high rise.
What was the glitch on high rise? You can go up to the roof?
Yeah, the roof. I bet some of you listening to this don't even know what we're talking about.
Well, there was one.
We're not even going to reveal it.
There was that one, and then there was the crane one, right?
The crane one? You can get to the top of the crane without glitching.
I was going to say, I couldn't remember if that was a glitch where you had to jump off that building with the oil tanker, and then I couldn't remember if that was an exploit or not. Yeah.
No, you can do that because if you get to the end, you can jump onto the second floor.
Bro, you remember the Afghan rock?
Oh yeah. I remember the first time I died from that thing. I was like, bro, where am I dying from?
Yeah, I know. I see homeboy in a rock. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. With akimbo USBs, just
yeah. Well, it'd be sick too. Last thing is, it'd be really cool if they kept all the noob tube spots.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. The noob tubes in these games now suck.
Yeah.
But I remember back in on Afghan, I would do it all the time. I'd go right from spawn on domination. You just aim it like if you were spawning closest to the
towards the front of the plane.
No, to the back of the plane, where the tail that went up towards that cliff.
Oh, towards the cliff.
Yeah, that side when you'd spawn there.
You can do it the other side. Oh, well, no, in Dom you can do it the other side.
Yeah, I always did it on that side, like the one I'm talking about with the tail. Close to the cliff. Yeah, you just go shoot left, aim right over, boom.
That's funny because I only did it the other side.
Yeah, see, I didn't do it on that side as much. There were spots on every map.
Oh yeah, every map.
Yeah, I remember there was ones on Karachi too. Oh, no, not Karachi. Sorry, on Skid Row. Bro, ridiculous.
Yeah,
you'd be like, oh yeah, do you see this antenna pole? So you go line it up, shoot one over there, and you shoot it 6 pieces. There you go.
Yeah.
What?
Dude, Skid Row. Imagine the doors and that. Holy.
vomiting.
Yeah, you see people side canceling. It's gonna be us back and forth. Imagine just trying to aim down like that hallway, and you see people just going back and forth.
Could be breaking.
Or even
ankles on
crazier, that stair head glitch. Like if you can glitch the stairs.
Oh yeah.
Like you can't just lay down there.
Yeah. No, that'd be terrible. Yeah, with an RPD.
Yeah.
RPK, whatever it's going to be, just mow people down.
I hope they keep some of that stuff in there.
Yeah, like that adds to the cheese of the game.
Yeah.
You know?
I hope they keep the high-rise stuff, because I guarantee you there are probably people listening that don't even know what it is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no doubt. No doubt people don't know.
Yeah.
But they will soon.
They will.
So it's
Get ready. All the OGs have a leg up.
Yeah, we're already ready to go. Cracking our knuckles, getting ready for this. Dropping right back in.
Yeah. And then the young generation's going to be like, oh, we know these maps now.
Yeah.
Welcome to our world.
Yeah.
And then
Bro, you can't beat my 10 years on this, man.
Yeah.
But I've been waiting for this moment for a long time.
You may be able to just outmove, but you're never going to be able to outposition us.
Yeah. Bro, I know that coffee cup's on that ledge there, bro.
Yeah, we know.
It's like, I know that's solid. You can't shoot that. But yeah, it's gonna be a really good event. So I'm looking forward to it big time. I know you are too.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a fun week of watching it.
Yep. And season 6.
Yep. Which will grind. Through. Yeah, we'll hopefully be almost done by next week.
I hope by the time you guys hear like next episode, we're like
almost 11.
Yeah.
Close to it.
Yeah.
That's a goal.
Because our goal is to. I mean, we got to hit it faster just so we can give ourselves like some time off.
Yeah. To go and
before the new COD.
Yeah. No, seriously, we do.
Yeah.
So we'll be sure to update next week as we go.
Yeah.
Did you have anything you wanted to add before we close out, man?
No, I think we're good, man.
Great. So again, thank you everybody for listening to episode 137 of the COD Casuals podcast. And be sure to go to anchor.fm/COD Casuals, where we're on all streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple, as well as we're going to be on YouTube. So be sure to go to the YouTube and comment, like, and subscribe. As well as onto our Instagram and TikTok, where we've been posting shorts. If you don't want to go watch the whole episode, we've had a lot of support over there, which has been great. So thank you to everybody there. And then, of course, on our Twitter as well, which we're active pretty much every day. So if you want to reach out or comment nice things or hateful things, you can leave it there at the COD Casuals.
Yep.
All right. So again, that's done it for us. Episode 130 of the COD Casuals podcast. We're your host, Mike.
I'm Justin.
And we'll see you in the next one. Take it easy, everybody.
See ya.